Hello, my friends. Here is an expert, and he wants to share with you how, basically tips at a yard sale of how to do what?
How to find the treasure that you're seeking. Something valuable, something you add to your collection, or something that you feel you might want to hold on to. I don't know, just to find something that's valuable, something that...
So how do you get it versus all the other people if you're there? How do you make sure you get the right stuff?
There's a lot of ways, different how when you get to the yard sale, but when you actually get to a yard sale, at least if you have experience doing them, you pretty much have to know value of things, what everything sells for at a store, what the value of everything is valuable. You know, everything has a different value.
Okay.
So mostly I look for bronze statues, old fishing lures, old reels. Occasionally I do jewelry and silver and gold. But basically what you want to do is you want to walk into a yard sale, and as soon as you get there, you try to see what you think is the most valuable item in the yard sale, because you're not going to be the only one doing them. There'll be other people behind you. So as soon as you get there, you just grab that item and hold it in your hand. As long as you got it in your hand, nobody can take it. It's not like a regular store where there'll be merchandise left over and you can kind of buy something. Here it's a yard sale. It could be something worth $1,000, a Rembrandt painting, a Remington statue, bronze horse, anything that's valuable, and somebody will just swoop it up right from underneath you. So basically, just find what's valuable, grab it in your hand, just hold it, and don't let go of it, and then go negotiate a deal with the owners.
And I want to actually add that that's 100% yes. I may have actually lost out on getting silver before at a rummage sale because I had not been holding it, and then someone else came and picked it up, and so yeah, just definitely just grab it, hold it.
Not like that, but yeah.
Usually
just hold it. Find the most valuable. That I just mentioned not too long ago, or quite a bit long ago, before when I first started doing this, probably about over 10 years ago. I went to a sale where there was a statue of a bronze dolphin with a scene of, it was a pretty big dolphin, which I knew was bronze. I seen it from my car as I was pulling up. So as I'm driving up there, I see the statue and I go, wow, that's a nice statue. And I park my car and I start going towards the statue to go grab it, that's what I've learned. But unfortunately, I was only doing it for a couple of years then. I was kind of a little bit, not so, sort of a novice. And I go there and I'm about to grab the statue, but I see some jewelry to my left, so I turn my back for I think it was about a minute or two. It was about a minute or two. I turn my back and I go to look at the jewelry. And as I'm looking, I forget about the statue somehow, and I have my back like this. There's two tables, one table with the statue, one with the jewelry. And I'm looking at the jewelry. And I turn my back, and when I turn my back, there's a small man that came from a car that he had parked almost about a house away. Slowly sneaked up, I guess, because I didn't hear him. He just grabbed the statue right from underneath me. So
wow,
that was a lesson to be learned. Every mistake is a lesson. So
now
what it's all about, just learning from your mistakes.
What about being able to do transactions quickly, like having cash and smaller bills?
Well, always have dollar bills. Always have a lot of singles on you. Fives, singles helps. I usually try to carry $100 in singles, $50 in fives, and then a few 20s, whatever else you might have. But yeah, always have the money ready, negotiate the deal quick. The whole trick is to try to get to the next sale as fast as you can. And then you move on from there. So you keep doing sales. The more sales you go to in a day, the better off you're at. It's all a game of odds. You're just looking at a lot of items. The majority of things are not valuable as far for what you're trying to, depending on what you look for. But as long as you look at a lot of different yard sales, maybe up 10 or upwards of 10, then you have more of a chance to find that item you're looking for. But you got to be early, and by 9:30, 10 o'clock, you might as well pack it up and go home, because a lot of... But you still got to look. You got to look under tables. You got to look behind a couch. These are tricks I shouldn't be probably talking about.
No, it's your...
But this is what it takes. You got to ask people questions.
Now, do you ask them if they have more jewelry or fishing stuff, and see because maybe they haven't brought out yet? Or stuff like that?
You can say, man, you got any junk jewelry? Any junk jewelry? Any jewelry mixed up? Oh, junk jewelry. I like to buy the junk jewelry.
So now, what if you see a big container of jewelry, and you can tell a lot of it's junk, but you see gold? Well, now, do you sit there and try to pick the pieces out, or do you just say, how much for everything right now? What do you do?
Yeah. Well, you see what the value. You try to estimate. Is there enough gold here to, usually people are gonna want anywhere from $30 to $50.
And so
Sometimes if it's quite a bit and it's nice and it's 75, so you try to, you know, I mean, the best thing is to buy the whole thing because then you waste too much time picking out every piece.
And you might miss something.
And you might miss something at the next yard sale, so you might as well just buy the whole thing. And then sometimes I've been to sales where, I bought jewelry and it was a lot of gold on the table. But actually, at this sale, there was one table with jewelry, and then in front of the guy's house on the sidewalk, there was an estimated over $1,200 of gold.
Wow.
Big, maybe more, between 12 to 1,500, because it was such a long time ago. Big pins, Jewish pins.
Wow.
You have to look for Jewish pins, and so the man was sitting up in the garage, and the pins are laying everywhere, a lot of gold mixed in, but there was a lot of jewelry. I'm talking about I would say 5-6 feet long, 4 feet wide, the whole sidewalk in front of your house on the curb, all full of jewelry. I get down on my knees. I start seeing already the gold, so I start pulling aside all the gold. I think some guy that was a friend of the guy says, "Yeah, there's some good jewelry in there. You probably find some good stuff in there." I go, "It's all right." You know, I mean, I don't have a loop. I don't take a loop. I don't take a magnet. I don't take a testing. I just go by my eyes. I never go with a loop unless I'm going to an estate sale where they know everything was priced and I'm trying to find the right price for every item. But there, I never take a loop. And I'm getting on my knees. I'm looking at it. I pulled out, I don't know how much, like quite a bit of gold, maybe about maybe 1.5 ounces or so of gold, an ounce. And but then I said to myself, you know what? I think I'm going to just buy whatever's left because there might be more gold left in there. And I go to the guy, I go, "Sir, how much you want?" And I gave the man the last money I had. Probably, he wanted I think 80, and I had 71. I was short $9, and I go, "Sir, I'm giving you everything I got. I got $71 here. And can you do it for that?" And he goes, "You know what? Take it all." I go, "All right." For $9, he wasn't gonna argue with me. I picked it up. At the end, when I got to my house, I looked through that batch that I didn't look through, and I found another $600 maybe.
Wow.
Of gold, give or take. And that was just stuff that I missed because I thought there was just so much to look through. You can't actually pull everything out till you get to your house and you look at every piece with a loop and you gotta inspect every piece.
And I have a tip too.
But
if you're at the yard sale and if you're wondering, like you see a fishing tackle or like a skateboard and you're wondering, like maybe go into eBay, completed auctions if possible, and see what it's selling for, and maybe kind of get an idea of what the item's worth. So if it's for sale for like $10 and you see that this type of skateboard has been selling for like $230, like a bunch of them, you might be like, hey, and maybe the new price is like $600, but it's been selling on eBay for like $230 or something. You'd be like, hey, that's a pretty good deal. Like if you were wanting to buy and resell.
And if you want to get anything for yourself, on a last note, let's say you want something for your house, you just figure what the value of it is brand new, and then you cut that price in half, and you try to go a little bit below that half, and then you know you're getting a good deal. So if something's worth $220, try to pay about $90 to $80, and you know you got it below half price. You got it at 60-70%, which is a good deal if it's in fairly good condition and it's not worn down and it's what you're looking for. But
and this right here, what is this right here? This is something you just got?
This is a plate. I ended up buying a tub from somebody at the flea market. I do flea markets also, and it was a whole big tub full of silver plated stuff. Good friend of mine. And so I offered him $30. He didn't care about any that stuff because he wanted to get rid of it for a friend. I gave him pretty good money because in total I only made about $40 off the silver plated stuff, maybe like $42. But this was in there, so I didn't think it was silver, but I pulled it aside because I checked every piece before I took it to the scrap yard. And I looked at it and it kind of looked a little strange to me because see, silver, the thing about silver nobody knows is that silver, it doesn't get dirty, but when it's old, it'll get this dark, like some kind of, I guess, patina.
Like tarnish?
Tarnish in a way, where it's a different kind of tarnish from silver plated. And it's a darker color. Silver plated, I think it's, you see more of the brass and all that coming through, the colors and all that. But here you can see the colors coming through the brass because it has a, maybe 7.5%. But we don't know if this is 925 or 850 or 900
right,
or 950.
Tested for silver,
So it's definitely, there's people that we know that will test it and know the exact percentage of it.
So is that about it for now? Maybe you'll do more videos. Oh,
yeah, we'll do more
hit
videos
the like
in the
button,
future. Just
subscribe. Please share this video and subscribe, and you may have more stuff coming out. Maybe even actual yard sale type stuff. So please hit that subscribe and do do the thing to be notified for any future videos. And if you have any tips, yard sale tips, please put them in the comments. Thank you all so much. Is that about
You
it?
can look for me as a Time Bandit, and just look me up as that.